Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how I paint light skin tones. First, over a grey primer, I base the head with a mix of 50-50 Cadian flesh tone and Kislev flesh. It's pretty thin down, so you need to move the brush quite quickly, and you may need at least 1 or 2 coats for this. As you can see, I've blacked out all of the other detail on the head, and now I'm coming in with a glaze of pure Cadian flesh tone and sort of keeping it to the sort of side of the head and in the sort of deeper recess areas. Next, I take some Bugman's Glow and do the same as previously, but aim it into the more deeper points of the face. This is a perfect time to remind you all that if you are enjoying my content, please hit the subscribe button, like the video and ring the bell for any notifications so you're up to date with all new content that I put out. I'm really enjoying making videos and streaming, and the channel is slowly growing, so all the support is appreciated. Cheers. Now all those glazes are dry, I get a glaze of Doomball Brown and focus in on the real deepest parts, so around the eyes, side of the nose, and mainly the frontal parts of the face. You can see me when it gets a little bit too much that I go back, clean off my brush and just smooth it out with a little bit of feathering, and I also get into the deepest parts underneath the bionic eye. Now I'm just going to clean up the area, going back in with the original base of Cadian flesh tone and Kislev flesh, just sort of picking out the sort of more raised areas that the wash may have gone over. Now I get pure Kislev flesh and start picking out the highest points of the face, so the top of the nose, the nostril, the upper lip, the sort of lines at the off on the side of the face around the mouth, the cheeks, and the eyebrow area as well. Here you can see me do the eye. So I've got some thinned Abaddon black and I'm just filling in the eye area with it. Now with thinned white, I'm just going to put a dot on either side of the black area in the eye to sort of create that pupil. This is incredibly difficult, so I do use my size 0 brush from Rosemary CO series 33. It has a really good point on it, and magnifying glasses are really needed. Here I've just got a final highlight for the skin. It's mostly Screamer Skull with a little bit of Kislev flesh. If I was going to say a mix, I'd probably say it's 60-40 of Screamer and Kislev. And I'm keeping this to the more prominent areas of the face, so the chin, the upper lip, the nose, the tops of the cheeks, and the brow area. Next I get some pure Screamer Skull and just aim for the extremely high points of the face. So the nose, the cheeks, and everywhere else that I've got. Just really wanting to sort of emphasize the highest points of the facial features. This highlight that I'm doing now turned out to be a little bit too sort of stark, so you'll see me come back in with a glaze of Kislev flesh just to glaze over the top of it and sort of around the bottom ends of the face, just to sort of pull that highlight back a little bit and sort of smooth everything out. Here you can see me applying the Kislev glaze now, just to try to pull that highlight back a little bit. Once all the highlighting on the face is done, it's now time to give him some sort of hair, going for the sort of shaven look. So mixing some Dawnstone into Kislev flesh, I slowly start glazing the top of the head of where I want the hair to be. This will sort of give it a freshly shaven, sort of darker look to the skin. I apply a second glaze with even more Dawnstone in, so it's like a 50-50 mix at this stage. The footage on here is a little bit wonky because I keep coming off camera, but I apologise for that. The final glaze is pure Dawnstone, and I really sort of focus this onto the more top of the head where most of the hair would be. Here you can just see me just sort of tidying things up. It was a little bit patchy after it dried, so just applied another glaze over the top just to sort of smooth everything out. Now I just start putting in all of the metallic areas on the bionic eye and around the back of the head. For this I use Vallejo Air Aluminium. It's a really good paint. Next I wash all the metallics with GW's Bastillin Grey contrast paint. Once that's done and I've kept this sort of as unedited as I can, I start working on the eye lens. I first blacken the eye lens with a Baden Black, and then as a base coat I come in with some Corn Red, and I sort of keep this to the bottom half of the lens. You'll also see me very shortly come in with a very thin sort of wash of black, and that's just to sort of get that little line, black line around the edge of the lens, between the lens and the metallic rim. Next I come in with a mix of 50-50 Corn Red and Evil Sun Scarlet, and keep this highlight again to the sort of bottom half of the eye lens, trying to make sure that I do leave some of the Corn Red above it and as well as the black. Now that I'm coming back in with this highlight, I'm using pure Evil Sun Scarlet now. Now with this next highlight I'm using Troll Slayer Orange, and I'm keeping this really to the bottom extreme edges of the lens. Magnifying glasses here help massively because this is such a small part of the miniature. Now I'm going to put a dot in the top corner of the lens of pure white. I use Vallejo model white. And now for the final highlight to the bottom of the lens, I use Fire Dragon Bright. I know all that's left to do now is to highlight the metallic areas with Vallejo Model Air Silver. And that's basically the video, guys. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. We're almost up to 1,600 subscribers. Like the video and ring that bell. It all helps with the algorithm. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much, everybody. Goodbye.